This is Frank Servo with the Trading Key System. We're going to talk a little bit about a stock called BBRY. The symbol's BBRY. Today's October the 12th, 2017, and the time is 8:16. We're going to talk about a trading system, and it's one of the best trading systems that you're ever going to see. The system is a color-coded directional system, and it's designed to keep you trading with the predominant force of the market action. A trader has three choices to make money in the market. One is just dumb luck, and two is having enough money to dominate the market in your direction, and not very many people have that. And three, if you don't have enough money to dominate the market in your direction, then you need to trade with the highest probability with the predominant force of players that have a strong belief and enough money to enforce that belief. Now, the trading key system is designed with zone collars. There's a zone collar in the lower portion of the chart, and that's based on a consensus belief of the predominant force that is controlling price. Now, this bottom zone can remain brown for days, weeks, months, several months. And this is always defined as our trend. Now, we have a top zone, and the top zone is our intermediate trend. So it'll find some weakness at times. And the one thing the system is designed to do is trade strictly by color code. So if the bottom zone is brown and the top zone is brown, it'll only take a short entry. And those brown boxes that you see are conditional entries that we have programmed within our system. And this is just one of several entries that we have programmed. Now, what we're trying to do is put statistical odds in our favor. Now, the market trades between what we call support and resistance. We also call these buy points and sell points. Now, one of the stronger sell points is the monthly. As we view the chart back at the end of July, you can see we're trading below the monthly resistance line. Well, price is traded with a number of buyers that noticed that the market wasn't making higher highs and higher lows. And when it failed to make higher highs and started making lower highs and lower lows, then the sellers started coming into the market. And this represents one of those sell points or resistant lines. And the red line, the dark red line, this is a weekly sell point or weekly resistance point. And the light red is our daily resistance, light red. Now, we can superimpose these lines onto an intraday chart. So if you're an intraday trader, you can also include your condition with an intraday along with a daily condition to help enforce your direction of the trade, keeps you informed. What it does is give you a microscopic view of the market action onto a microscopic view. So it's the big picture of market conditions taking place, showing the strength in the market, superimposed onto a smaller time period all the way down to intraday. Now, as the market progresses down below these sell points, you see a B, and that B is where price went above what we call a support line or a buy point. You notice how the green line held back, came over, price went above a support, and took you out of your trade. Now, if the market would have if you would have had a condition, which we do have available, to sell only resistance, and you can include in that condition all three of these resistance. And you could say, I'm going to sell the monthly, the weekly, and the daily resistance. You would have been in the market here. You also would have been in the market 2 additional days before it penetrated the buy point. So we like to make our condition a little bit stronger. We want the market to prove itself. Once price penetrates the resistance line and the support line. It's taken out the buyers. So now the greater percentage of players in the market consist of sellers. And once the market goes down for 3 days, it finds enough buyers to take it above the support. So, and at that point it did gap, by the way. And if you would have had your exit, you would have been exited at that position. Now, you notice the market, there's a white zone. There's a white zone here, and here, and here. And these white zones, they represent a combination of things, 4 things in particular. Players are either exiting their positions because they feel the market is overbought or oversold, and overbought when going up and oversold when going down. But it's really a place they can just take profits. And 2, some players are just starting to lighten up on their position. Many players carry an extraordinary amount of contracts. Not everyone just trades 1 or 2. So they might be lightening up on their position. And 3, the players that got in the market late, they might be getting out, cutting their losses. And 4, it's a great place for a low-risk entry back into the market. So when the market's going down, there's a white zone, another opportunity back into the market. It increases the reliability of your trades, and that's what we want to do. Because keep in mind, the trend is down. Because you see a white zone, you continue going short and placing a short entry, and that short entry can be a conditional entry. Now, we notice that buyers are starting to come into the market because now we see 2 Bs. The light green B represents the green that represents the daily support, and this B represents the weekly, because the weekly line goes across here. And this is the weekly. We're now above this weekly support line. This is a buy point. Now when prices has enough buyers in the market to penetrate a weekly support and a weekly sell point or weekly resistance, that's a transition point. The buyers are taking out the sellers. There's a greater percentage of buyers than there is sellers at this point in the weekly time period. So we can see buyers coming into the market. Now, what we're also finding is that we have another entry, but we're making higher lows. Instead of lower lows and lower highs, we're making a higher low and a higher low. So we see strength going out of the market, going down. Now, we'll also see that we're trading above a support line, a weekly support. And we see the market with a blue zone, and blue represents buyers coming into the market. Now that B is if we had, and we do have, our condition setting there, so if and when it happens, to buy above a daily support, the green line, as well as a daily resistance. Once price went above this, we were triggered into the market. Now, it's always wise, once price makes a higher high, is to find where that higher high is and place a stop just a little bit below that high. So if price retreats, then it protects your profit. But if you have our trading program, the S that you see, you can have selling below weekly or monthly resistance or daily resistance. So you can have those conditions setting there. And we also have a system set up where it can trade below weekly resistance or daily resistance with an OR, and whichever one triggers will cancel the other one. We see a red line. If we were trading, buying daily support and selling daily resistance, this is the red line and it has an S right there. That would have been our exit. The market closed here, would have exited our position there. We went down 2 days. The 3rd day, it went above the support. However, it closed below that support, so that's the reason you don't see the B. But then the next day, it opened above the weekly and the daily B. Now, those B's is a daily support, weekly support, 2 strong buy points, also above the daily resistance. It barely went over the daily resistance, but if that was your condition, which is in this program, the reason it's not blue is because the price bar came back down below the red line. Now, if you were in the market and the next bar opened, it would have gapped up, and that's a nice size gap. And it gapped over a monthly resistance, a strong monthly sell point. Now we're trading, as we said earlier, there's two buy point and a sell point in each time period of interest. So if this is a monthly sell point, this becomes a monthly buy point. So the gold line that you see is trading above a monthly buy point. We're trading above a weekly buy point, and now we're trading above a daily buy point. So these are buy points we're trading above, and the more buy points we trade above, the stronger the belief. The same as when we're trading short, the more sell points we trade below, the stronger the belief of sellers. Now, as price went up, it retreated, and it went below the resistance line. Came down, bounced off of the daily support, white zone, and if we had a conditional order sitting there to buy above, let's just say weekly support, daily support, we would have been entered in here. If our condition would have said enter above daily support and daily resistance, and that's what this box has, we would have been into the market right here. So this box is your entry box. These are your conditions within that box. And we can change these conditions. We have numerous conditions, and we also have numerous exits to exit you from your trade. And we will go all the way down to an intraday chart. So we can superimpose these buy and sell points all the way down to intraday to help enforce your decision making, trading with the predominant portion of the market. Now, we noticed that the market's failing to make higher highs and higher lows. It's finding some difficulty. Now, that don't mean the market's ready to turn and go back. The bottom zone is blue, and when we saw the white zone, if we would have put another opportunity to buy, we would have had a low-risk entry back into the market. So, but I do see some weakness, and if some strong bulls don't come into the market to help it penetrate to a new high, you might see a price penetrate somewhere around 1150, I believe it is. I would say 1150 would be somewhere right in here. That means that resistance point tomorrow possibly might come over and go up, and when the bar opens, it may come down and cross over at resistance. Now, I'm not telling you to exit your position tomorrow. I'm just saying you watch if it retreats back below, because when you find difficulty making higher highs, then sometimes it'll pause in the trend to collect more buyers with a stronger belief to take another run to exceed another previous high. And if in the event it does penetrate and go below what I call resistance line, and I estimate that to be somewhere around 1150, it may pick up some selling pressure around 1120. And at 1120, I don't have it marked here, somewhere right in here, right in this general area, right there. That's where it pick up some selling pressure, right where you see the green line. So that's where additional sellers can come in if in the event enough sellers start liquidating their positions, taking profits, buyers get scared, they bail out, that'll increase the downfall. So if price does penetrate this green line, 1120, it might pick up enough selling pressure to take it all the way down to 1054, the next point. Now, I would say if it does do that, it will possibly bounce off of that point and then retreat and find some new buyers. So keep in mind, it's just showing bullish. It's above the monthly, the weekly, but it may find some weakness tomorrow, penetrate the daily resistance and the weekly support. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll find enough buyers to get into that market and push the market up tomorrow. But what we're talking about is a color-coded directional system with a trading key system. And it's a different type of system. It's an uncommon way to wealth. It's the only system you're going to see on the market. It has a patent on it. The great thing about this system, it doesn't operate off of variables. And a variable is a moving average or something that can change, and it's unpredictable. But an objective is what this is based on. And an objective is something that's such as a line that does not move. So what these lines do, they give us where a strong belief is, where the stronger belief of buyers or sellers hang out. And it takes enough buyers to penetrate these buy points or sell points to prove our strength in the market. So the one thing that we're trying to do is to change the old mindset to the new, because everyone seems to be trading variables, and this is the only system I know that trades by an objective. It has a predictive solution. Now, we're not saying what the bar is going to do tomorrow when it opens. No one knows. There's no certainty in the market. The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. However, we can predict with statistical odds what we think the market will do based on bigger, stronger buy points or sell points. But what we're trying to do is help people trade with more self-confidence to eliminate the fear. We hope you go to our website at tradingkeysystem.com and check us out, because we're real heavy on education. The first thing you need to invest in is not the market, but your education. And that's the first thing we want to do, is teach you how to trade, teach you to take responsibility. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Happy trades.